Let me start with Indraneel. So Indraneel, we have been seeing this boom of IT era. Of course, from the .com, things have changed a lot. I mean, you have seen the transformation happening. Now, for last couple of years, we have been seeing new revolution happening in the SaaS cloud space. And so how do you look at India's positioning when it comes to SaaS and cloud technology companies which are emerging?
Okay, I will briefly mention how our journey started in terms of Atneva and also
Mm-hmm.
from. So when we started at first, we were working on computer vision on the edge devices.
Okay.
So the device which is actually installed in the premises. When I say edge devices, they are the devices which are actually taking up the feed for further analysis and doing computer vision stuff. But over a period of time, which was not very much, it was 3 months to probably 5 months, we realized that uh, maintaining separate infrastructure for each specific premises and doing the analysis there and giving accessibility to all the stakeholders uh, was becoming extremely messy in terms of managing the infrastructure as well and getting the customer proper access. So we moved into a model where we would not stream the entire feed, but we would stream the feed partially. Uh, then the analysis would happen in the cloud, which was happening on premises earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, the client data could be more secure in terms of not having the entire data. If somebody tries to hack into their cloud
Mm-hmm.
infrastructure, they would only get that partial data, not the complete stream which is running in the premises. So that was one thing, and that became very successful in terms of securing the customer requirement, and it actually became very seamless. So as far as India is concerned, I think I mostly work in the B2B segment. In both in India, I am working in US also with some customers like the Miami airport, the Miami
Mm-hmm.
Turnpike port, Miami port as well. So I think the receptivity of the cloud over the last 5 years has increased quite a lot. Okay, and previously that thought was always behind in the customer side that what happens if somebody gets access to my data, private data, which is what is
Mm-hmm.
happening in my premises and all those things. And also, there has been a lot of improvement in terms of the cloud technology specifically because I work in the computer vision field. So previously, if I had to do an analysis on the cloud, it was very costly.
Right.
Now the costs have reduced quite dramatically, and now the technology is also there in terms of doing an analysis on the partial feed. Like typically when we do computer vision,
Mm-hmm.
just in my case, so what happens is we can do a detection inference 15 times a second. So it is
Wow.
15 frames per second. So it is that fast. Okay, now considering the situation, if you take use case by use case, we actually do not require to be that fast.
Mm-hmm.
I can do with probably once in 2 seconds. That would also work,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's something like a fire or a very critical, mission critical thing. I can do with 2 seconds. I can even do with 5 seconds. So instead of like continuously uploading data on the cloud, the entire data, I can actually upload a snapshot, which is which reduces my data uploading cost by almost
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
1/100. Okay, so those technologies are there now. I would not say they have come recently. People have not thought about it because
Mm-hmm.
end of the day we are using the oldest protocol, which is TCP/IP over HTTP. So so that change has happened, and I'm working with quite a few multinationals in India. So their their receptivity has increased dramatically, actually. Like people are now okay that if something goes into the cloud, they're not so worried. And it's a very psychological thing which used to happen. Like somebody puts in a word in their ears that, hey, your data will not be secure in the cloud. It's a very
Right.
psychological thing. There is no logic behind it. So your data can be hacked in on-premises as well. If somebody has to hack it, it can be hacked in cloud as well. So that's not a big deal. Like I once told my client that if there is a security threat in the Great Bowl, it doesn't mean that you stop the Great Bowl. You take steps to counter that threat.
Correct.